Prabhuji, I'm really sorry. I have some problem with my camera, Prabhuji.
No problem. Okay. We can fix it. It's okay.
Yes, I have to get it done. Even this battery, and yesterday I don't know why the volume was not coming.
Yeah, yesterday we could not hear you. Yeah.
Yes, I was speaking. Actually, I could hear you people, but I was not. You were not able to hear me.
No problem. Let's
Hare
see.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. We'll start with the prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nastyaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langhayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Chaitanyameshwaram Paramanandamadavam Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणि जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Devata Kasvantinami Namacharya Padani Tantrapatani Gaurakatana. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining Bhagavatam discussion. So we'll continue our Bhagavatam. The reason I'm requesting for keeping the camera on is that it helps to focus ourselves. Sometimes human tendency, right? If nobody is observing, maybe I tend to do something else. So natural. So camera on means at least somebody is observing. That I mean, psychologically, we'll be more focused. Possible, please try. I know each one will have some other commitment at home also, but possible, please. Okay. So today's verse number 14, right? Or 15?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
14, correct.
Okay. Sure. Who is going to read?
Allotted to Lakshmi Mataji. Thanks to she's not here. Prabhuji.
Then, okay, somebody read. No problem. Go ahead.
Canto 2, Chapter 5, Text 14. Dravyam karma cha kilascha swabhavo jiva eva cha vasudevam paro brahman na chanyo artho asti tatvatah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 5 elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof set up by eternal time, and the intuition or nature of the individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, and in truth, there is no other value in them. Purport. This phenomenal world is impersonally the representation of Vasudeva because the ingredients of its creation, their interaction, and the enjoyer of the resultant action, the living being, are all produced by the external and internal energies of Lord Krishna. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.45. The ingredients, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, as well as the conception of material identity, intelligence, and the mind, are produced of the external energy of the Lord. The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle ingredients as set up by the eternal time is an offshoot of internal potency with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. In the material world, the living entity is enticed by the deluding nascence, but in the spiritual world, he is in the normal condition of spiritual existence without any delusion. The living entity is known as the marginal potency of the Lord, but in all circumstances, neither the material ingredients nor the spiritual parts and the parcels are independent of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. For all things, whether products of the external, internal, or marginal potencies of the Lord, are simply displays of the same effulgence of the Lord, just as light, heat, and smoke are displays of fire. None of them are separate from the fire. All of them combine together to be called fire. Similarly, all phenomenal manifestation as well as the effulgence of the body of Vasudeva are his personal features, whereas he eternally exists in his transcendental form called Sachidananda Vigraha, distinct from all conceptions of the material ingredients mentioned above. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So when Narada is asking question to Brahmaji, you are the creator or you are the supreme. So Brahmaji is responding in the previous verse yesterday discussed. He says, no, I'm not the creator, I'm not the supreme. I'm the just a secondary creator. And he also says those who think that me and mine are under ignorance, mama mameti, we discussed very elaborately yesterday. Now further Brahmaji is saying that the five elementary ingredients like Panchabhuta, so like earth, water, fire, ether, these are all the interaction thereof set up by the eternal time. This Panchabhuta and the time and intuition or nature of the individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcels of the personality Godhead. These are all coming from Supreme Lord. There is nothing a living entity can create, which is not given by Lord. Example, now the factories may be creating so many items like bread or biscuits, but where is the wheat or rice is coming? Can any factory create a wheat? Can any factory create a rice? No, rice has to come from the plant. Plant has got a jiva. It has to come from the earth. So it cannot come create from the factory. They can do different forms of out of that, but original ingredients comes from that. Or if you see any other items for that matter, it is come from the 5 or 6 items only. It is panchabhutas. That's nothing else. And at the day, it goes back to that. The jivas or the living entity consumes that, and when they leave the body, again they merge into the same, either the fire or water or ether or one of these. So they are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. So why is called part and parcel? We are part because we are coming from that. Parcel because we are going along with that. Just to understand, when I get a parcel, that means I get the cover or whatever comes from the delivered. So similarly, this jiva is part of the Supreme Lord because Krishna says, Mamavamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. He says this, they are Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, but my Vamsha. But at the same time, I am a part of the Supreme Lord. I am going along with that because when I leave this body, I go back to same route again. Whether in this spiritual world or material world depends on my desire and my karma, but I go along with that. That's why it's called parcel. So Prabhupada in the purport explains that the phenomenal world is impersonally representation of the Vasudeva because ingredients of its creation, their interactions and enjoyer are resultant action. So Jiva is trying to enjoy. So, but everything comes from the Supreme Lord. I remember an incident where in Mayapur when Prabhupada was there, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, bought one businessman in Calcutta. They introduced to Prabhupada and came and told that businessman was sitting outside. So Guru Maharaj went inside the Prabhupada room and told that Prabhupada, so and so businessman has come, he want to see you. is the businessman sitting outside the door. Prabhupada inside. So Prabhupada asked what he does. Guru Maharaj said he is doing a glass business. So glass business means Prabhupada says he's a big thief. Why? Because where he get the glass? He gets the glass from the sand. It's a sand produced by Krishna. And he makes glass and sells and makes money. Then Guru Maharaj said, Prabhupada, he has given some donation. Okay, then he is a small thief. So thief is thief only. It's big or small, but it depends on how big I am thief. A small and thief depends on how I am giving back the result to Krishna. If I enjoy everything for myself, I am a big thief. But end of the day, I am thief because I cannot make anything on my own. That's the point. So Prabhupada quotes from 7.4 and 5 here. 7.4, the Krishna says, Bhumira pro anura vayu kam mano buddhir evacha ahankara ityam me bhinna prakritir astadha. The earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, all together, these 8 constitute my separated material energy. Though this 5 elements, Panchabhutas, and also included mind, intelligence, and ego. These 3 I added. So 5 plus 3, 8. These are all my separated material energy. Krishna says the Krishna's energy. So when I leave this body consists of the Panchabhutas, whereas the 3 things, mind, intelligence, ego, goes along with that. Along with the soul, this mind and ego goes along with that. And mind, mind and intelligence and ego. Whereas this Panchabhuta, body, earth, water, fire, ether, remains here. So, but everything is its own energy. Krishna's next verse, he says that 7.5, he says, Aperya mitastve anyam prakritim vidhime param jiva bhutha mahabaho edhyam dhare jagat. Translation, besides this, O mighty Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises of living entities who are exploiting these resources of this material inferior nature. So this Panchabhutas are there, mind, intelligence, fast ego is there, and there is another one who is the Jiva, who is exploiting, who is enjoying this living entity. Prabhupada explains they are in the margin energy. Prabhupada says the internal energy, external energy, and the margin energy. The Jivas are margin energy because they Tata Shakti. Tata Shakti means Jiva has choice to go back to Krishna or remain here. That is why Jiva got that freedom, that that swatantra given to Jiva. But swatantra, the freedom, is to be used by the Jiva depending upon Jiva's attitude. Krishna gives everything for us. Krishna says 15 chapter, Bhagavad Gita 15:15, he says, Sarvasya chaham sannivisto matha smritir jnanam apovanamcha. He says, I'm the one giving the intelligence, I'm the one giving the memory, I'm the one giving the forgetfulness also. But at the same time, he gives us strength, he gives us the beauty, he gives everything for us. But only thing is mine is attitude. That's why Acharya is saying that attitude makes a difference. The attitude is that do I use everything for my sense gratification or do I use everything for Krishna service? That is attitude. That's the change I should do that. That is a simple change required in that. Otherwise, nothing changes. There is no difference between a materialistic person and a spiritual person. That's why Acharya is saying we are in the material world. You cannot be out of the material because we are in the material world. But we need not work like a materialistic. That is the difference. So we should not become materialistic. We should be in the material world, but think about spirituality. That is why Prabhupada says the living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle ingredients set up by eternal time, because out of 8, the time is also come, which is an offshoot of internal potency, with the freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. Jiva got the freedom. So it is so called Tatastha because Tata means suppose the river Tata, the kind of what is called the shore. The jiva is in the shore of the river. Jiva has got an option to either get into the water or come out of the shore. Yes, and similarly, the jiva has got option to go to spiritual world or go down to the material world. So I have this freedom. It's up to me. This is my intelligence, my attitude that makes a change. That's why jiva, especially the human being, has to take up Krishna consciousness seriously. When we take up Krishna consciousness seriously, with that attitude, I can go back to Krishna. So only my attitude should be that how do I engage everything Krishna service? How do I serve Krishna and Krishna's devotees? This small change in my thought process, my attitude, everything can change. Krishna is waiting for us. Yayata prapadyante tamsa tathaya bhajami. Krishna says, you consider me as a stone, I'll remain stone. You consider me as a Supreme Lord, I will become Supreme Lord. So Krishna is there. Krishna is there in his Archa Vigraha. Krishna is there in the holy name, especially in Kali Yuga, the holy name. Just by chanting the holy name, Krishna personally presents in our tongue. It dances in our tongue. Krishna is there in his Prasad. Krishna is there in the Bhagavatam. So Krishna is there everywhere. It's only my attitude. How do I see and how do I reciprocate that? That makes a difference. It's my thinking process. That's why Prabhupada says that the simple displays of the same effulgence of the Lord, just as a light, heat, smoke are displays of fire. So, like fire is there, natural light is there, heat is there, everything comes in because fire is there. As soon as the fire is not there, there is no light, no heat. Similarly, wherever Krishna is there, everything comes. Its internal energy also comes, external energy comes. So we don't have to work hard for this material things because when Krishna comes, everything comes. That's a change required. I don't have to work hard for material things. Actually, Prabhupada says this, we need to work hard for spiritual advancement, not material advancement. Material advancement anyway will come. It's a byproduct. Like if you go to, sugarcane factory, when you put a sugarcane, juice comes. The jaggery will come. That is a sweet. But along with that, there is a byproduct will come. Byproduct by default will come. But we should look at that sweet. That is the bhakti. That is Krishna service. We should look for that jaggery or the sweet sugar. That is what we should look at. Byproduct is material things that anyway will come. I don't have to worry too much that. That's a difference here. So whereas Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha, Prabhupada quotes Brahma Samhita, he is always, like Brahmaji says, Ishwaraha Parama Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He is always aloof. He is Satchidananda. He is always happy and full of bliss and intelligence. But the jiva, the jiva entity, the fallen souls like me, my desire should be, my attitude should be that how do I serve that Supreme Lord? How do I go back to Him? That is what should be my attitude. That will change my life. Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll read the next sloka. This is a very important sloka. Maybe you can read. Discuss on it.
I will read, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came late today.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Text 2.5.15. Narayana Paraveda Deva Narayana Narayanangaja Narayana Paraloka Narayana Para Makaha. Translation. The Vedic literatures are made by and are meant for the Supreme Lord. The demigods are also meant for serving the Lord as parts of his body. The different planets are also meant for the sake of the Lord, and different sacrifices are performed just to please him. Purport. According to the Vedanta Sutras, Sastra Yonitvat, the Supreme Lord is the author of all revealed scriptures, and all revealed scriptures are for knowing the Supreme Lord. Veda means knowledge that leads to the Lord. The Vedas are made just to revive the forgotten consciousness of the conditioned souls, and any literature not meant for reviving God consciousness is rejected at once by the Narayana para devotees. Such deluding books of knowledge, not having Narayana as their aim, are not at all knowledge, but are the playgrounds for crows who are interested in the rejected refuse of the world. Any book of knowledge, science or art must lead to the knowledge of Narayana, otherwise it must be rejected. That is the way of advancement of knowledge. The supreme worshipable deity is Narayana. The demigods are recommended secondarily for worship in relation to Narayana because the demigods are assisting hands in the management of the universal affairs. As the officers of a kingdom are respected due to their relation to the king, the demigods are worshipped due to their relation to the Lord. Without the Lord's relation, worship of the demigods is unauthorized. Avidhi Purvakam. Just as it is improper to water the leaves and branches of a tree without watering its root. Therefore, the demigods are also dependent on Narayana. The lokas or different planets are attractive because they have different varieties of life and bliss, partially representing the Satchidananda Vigraha. Everyone wants the eternal life of bliss and knowledge. In the material world, such an eternal life of bliss and knowledge is progressively realized in the upper planets, but after reaching there, one is inclined to achieve further progress along the path back to Godhead. Duration of life with a proportionate quantity of bliss and knowledge may be increased from one planet to another. One can increase the duration of life to thousands and hundreds of thousands of years in different planets, but nowhere is there eternal life. But one who can reach the highest planet, that of Brahma, can aspire to reach the planets in the spiritual sky where life is eternal. Therefore, the progressive journey from one planet to another culminates in reaching the supreme planet of the Lord, Madhama, where life is eternal and full of bliss and knowledge. All different kinds of sacrifice are performed just to satisfy Lord Narayana with a view to reach him. And the best sacrifice recommended in this age of Kali is Sankirtana Yajna, the mainstay of the devotional service of a Narayana Para devotee. Hare Krishna.
So Brahmaji is saying this. He's saying Narayana Para Vedha, Narayana Anagajaha, Narayana Para Loka, Narayana Para Makaha. So everything Narayana. Narayana is Krishna. Says Vedic literatures are made by and meant for Supreme Lord. So generally when we talk about says democracies, by the people, for the people, we say that. No? Similarly, this is the everything for Narayana. Vedic literature by him and is for him. This is how we should consider. So Prabhupada and purport says, what is the purpose of Vedic literature? Vedanta. Anta of the Veda is to understand Narayana, Krishna. That is the Anta. Because if you read all the scriptures, if you don't understand who is Krishna or the basic fundamental that he is the Supreme Lord, I am the servant, if I miss that, whole Veda studying is useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. He says, Yadi na utpadayate ratihi vikshvakshenaha shrama eva hi kevalam. If I do all kind of practice, but if I doesn't develop rati for love for Krishna, all the efforts are waste. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Similarly, here Prabhupada is saying that if the end of the Veda or understanding the Veda to understand Krishna, if that doesn't happen, it's a waste. So, and what's the purpose of Vedas? To revive our forgotten consciousness. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. We are all with Krishna, but due to this material world, Krishna himself says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajshva viduhu sakalineha mahata yoga nasta parantapa. Krishna says that over a period of time, this knowledge is lost. That's why I'm giving you again. Similarly, the jiva were part and parcel. We were with Krishna, but we have lost the relationship. We have forgotten. So that's why Prabhupada says we have to revive. That means everybody is devotees. There is no non-devotees. It's only ignite, the revision is required. That's what it does, the Veda. So who does that? Narayana Para devotees. So the Narayana Para devotees, they do that. And such duly and books, like there are so many books available in the society. Prabhupada says, so many books, they are like a playground for crows. Crow, where they go, where the garbage is there. The books which is not connected to Krishna, they are like a garbage. Whereas the books connected to Krishna, they are like the playground of Hamsas, the swan. So that's the difference, crow and swan. So those who are, read the scriptures are like a swan. Those who read the materialistic books, which is agitate the senses, they are like a crows. So that's why Prabhupada says we should avoid such books and always take up a Krishna conscious books. And Prabhupada also says demigods are recommended secondary worship, Narayana. So the devatas need not be worshipped, not required, because if worship Krishna, every Devi devatas already pleased. Prabhupada gives nice analogy. If there's a tree, if you water the root, that whole tree, the branches, twigs, and even the every leaf gets nourished. I don't have to water each leaf, each branches separately. Similarly, if I worship Krishna, all the Devi Devata, 33 crore Devi Devatas gets pleased. So I don't have to separately worship, and I may not get time to worship all Devatas also. But at the same time, be cautious. We should not be insulting. We should not be kind of at any cost kind of demeaning them, because they are directly serving Krishna. That's the point we need to understand. But if you worship Krishna with the greater love and affection, everything is taken care. So that's why Prabhupada is quoting from Bhagavad Gita says, Avidhi Purvakam means the worship of the Lord. Also, Avidhi Purvakam means it's an indirect worship. For example, instead of taking a food by hand and putting the mouth like this, I'm taking the food like this and putting it at backside. That's how. It's coming by Krishna only. Because whatever worship we do, end of the day, Krishna Arpanam. Everything arpans to Krishna. Even Devi Devatas also, they take and give it to Krishna only. So I don't have to separate, worship is required. And Prabhupada here says that the eternal bliss and knowledge is progressively realized in the upper planets. When you go to different planets, Surga and up, the realization happens. But the problem is that even the upper planets, where Surga, we have to come back here, this material world. So that's why we have to go back to Krishna from this material world itself. We need not go to Swarga. We don't want to Swarga. We want to go directly to Golok Dham. That is what Krishna says, Madhama is my abode. Goloka Vrindavan or Vaikunta is his dham. So our desire, we have to go. Not only I have to go, I have to take everybody. I want everybody to go. Whereas a devotee doesn't desire that I want to go. Devotee desires that let everybody go. If required, Krishna willing, I am ready to suffer here in the material world. I am ready to suffer in the hell. But let every other devotee go back to Krishna. Let them, go to Krishna's abode. So Prabhupada says in Kali Yuga, the best process for Sankirtan Yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The chanting the Sankirtana, chanting the Harinam. And that is the best process for Kali Yuga, which purifies us, which transforms our life so that we can go back to Krishna. That Madhama, actually one Acharya is saying that Dhama is Krishna's abode. We have to see Dhama in every devotee's heart. Every devotee's heart, we have to see that this is Krishna's holy place. So we go to Vrindavan, we go to Mayapur, we go to holy places because it's the holy dham. But we have to see that in every devotee's heart. So every devotee is like a dham for me. every association of such pure devotees is, kind of a holy dham for me. So I should serve such a way that every devotee gets pleased. That's the mood I should develop. With that mood, I can go back to Krishna. So I'll stop here. Devotees can leave your comments, realization, questions, if any. Who want to start? Maybe some devotees are not coming. Can somebody call them? At least those in Bhagavatam group, can we message them why they are not coming? Those are regularly coming. There are many are there, but not coming. Can somebody volunteer to message personally, request in the group? Those who are not coming, please help.
Yes, Prabhu. Archana Mataji told that she has gone out of station. Maybe from next week she'll be coming, she told.
Okay. What about others?
Others, I don't know, Prabhuji.
Maybe one thing we can do, we are doing in R.R. Nagar. So each one can take 2 or 3 devotees, kind of continuously monitor. Mariappan Prabhu, can we do that? At least 1 or 2 devotees, one person, another 2 devotees, those who are not coming regularly.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So
Okay, Prabhuji.
message or call. So at least those who are in the group, just to inspire, so that everybody gets the benefit. Who can do this? Maybe Sridevi Mataji or Shruti Mataji, you can allocate. So that
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
so that purpose is that everybody gets the benefit. Please try. Okay, maybe Shruti Mataji can start today. Comments, questions, you can.
I attended the class late, Prabhuji, just in the ending part. Sorry, Prabhuji, was busy in some work.
Okay. Sridevi Mataji, want to say anything?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So for this, I mean, the material world is created with the 5 elementary ingredients, the creation. It is the external energy of the Lord. By external energy of the Lord, like earth, water, fire, air, and sky. And the gross, subtle intelligence and false ego, mind. So all these together comprises of creation. And the marginal, Lord's marginal energy, the living entities are created. And God has given free will for the people, for the living entities who are residing in the material world, so that they can, if they want to stay in the material world, they can stay. If they want to go to the spiritual world, they can go. But because by Krishna's mercy, we have learned something, that this is not our world. We devotees and practicing devotees, and we can tell the other devotees also, this is not the place to live. We have to try to go back to Godhead. The people in the who are staying in the material world. So marginal energy is living entities, and this external energy is all this air, earth, and all this. So actually, Srila Prabhupada has related this with the light, heat, and smoke. All of them are the same, like how Lord's energies, external, marginal, and internal energies, it is just like Prabhupada has compared with the light, heat, and smoke. And regarding this, Vedas, Veda means knowledge, and this Vedas have come from the Lord, and the Supreme Lord is the author of all revealed scriptures, and the revealed scriptures are for knowing the Supreme Lord. There are so many books, and big books without connection with Lord is useless. Like you have told that they are related crows, and books with Krishna as the center, and Krishna books with Supreme, connected with Supreme Lord, they are like spans. And the demigods are recommended secondarily for worship in the relation to Narayana. First, we have to worship Lord Krishna only. A lot, and here it's Srila Prabhupada, he recommends that there is no need to worship demigod, just respect them, give respect. Demigods also, they're helping Krishna. Krishna has given some charges, and they are administrator to create the material world. He has given, they help Krishna to do the thing, and demigods are direct worshippers of Krishna. So if we worship directly to Krishna, it is enough. And it also relates, Prabhupada has given example, like just water the root of the tree, it is enough, and the water goes to the branches and leaves the same way. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sudhavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
So Panchabhutas are created by God, and Jivas, they are marginal energy of the Lord. Jiva has a choice to either go back to Godhead or be in this spiritual world. So, and we need to check, like, am I using the senses for my sense gratification or for the service of Lord Krishna? And we can be in the spiritual world. I mean, we can be in material world, but can be in Krishna consciousness. My attitude always should be like how I can serve Krishna, and how I can engage in Krishna's service, and how I can serve Krishna's devotees. So we have to work hard for spiritual consciousness. In material world, the mundane activities happen automatically, but we have to work very hard for to have spirit to come into for a spiritual progress. So Veda is knowledge that leads to Lord Krishna, and everything it is Narayana. Vedic knowledge is meant for the Lord, to know about the Lord, and Veda is to understand Krishna, and he is a supreme Lord, and I am his servant. That should be that should be the, I mean, Lord Krishna is a supreme Lord, and I am his servant. So Veda is to revive the forgotten spiritual knowledge, and the books which are not related to spiritual knowledge are useless, like crow feeding on the left out materials. But that is the reason we should take up books which gives knowledge about Krishna. And worshipping Devi Devatas is like indirect worship to God. Instead, we can worship Lord Krishna. That means all Devi Devatas also are very satisfied. It is like planting, when we plant a tree, we pour water to the roots. So if we pour water to the roots, all the other parts of the plant gets the food. So that's how it is. So that's a good example. And we need not go to heaven, because even if we go to heaven, we have to come back on to the earth. So that is of no use. So we always aim to go to Krishna's abode. And the best process to reach Lord is chanting and Sankirtana. And we should see Dhamma in every devotee's heart. So more and more people should be in this spiritual progress, so that most of the people can be benefited. How means, like by chanting, listening to Bhagavad Gita, and about listening a lot about Lord Krishna and his devotees. Automatically, we will develop that enthusiasm and the zeal to reach Lord Krishna, because all this is temporary. What we see, what is there around us is temporary. So we need to aim for permanent happiness, which is there with Krishna only. Once we reach Krishna, then our goal is, we reach the goal. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Saurav Prabhu. Kanchana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. We think that we are all part and parcel of Krishna. A part means we are coming from him and we have to go back to him. And knowledge without love for Krishna is waste. Whatever knowledge is there, bookish knowledge, any knowledge which does not take us to God consciousness is useless. Then to revive God consciousness, Krishna tells knowledge of Supreme God is real. All other knowledge are useless. To worship Krishna is to have love and affection. Whatever is come, it has to go back to Krishna. This is Krishna Arpanam. So he doesn't need a separate worship. Then our desire, our attitude should be to work hard for spiritual advancement. We can be in the material world, but live in God consciousness. So the best way to remain in God consciousness is Nama Sankirtana, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Continuous chanting will help us to remain in God consciousness, to keep ourselves calm. And then it's not that we have to do ourselves, we have to take others also in Krishna consciousness. That purifies us, transform us. Every devotee is dham for. They are peaceful. Hare Krishna.
Leela Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I think very nicely explained, very beautiful class. Thank you, Prabhuji. What I understood is in this where Brahma ji has come from Lord Krishna, and that's what he's been explaining Narad Muni. And Lord Sri Krishna is the source of all of us, and we have been all created by him. So everything, whether it is material or spiritual, it all is derived from him, and nothing is independent out of him. So here a jiva has a choice either to go back to the Lord Sri Krishna or be independent of choosing whether he wants to go back to Lord Krishna or get into the material world, either spiritual world or the material world. That's a choice the jiva has got. But ultimately, Lord, what I like most is, like, every devotee is a holy dham, and Lord Sri Krishna would like all his devotees to be part of the Vaikuntham, that is the holy dham, Sri Krishna's place. So that's what even Lord Sri Krishna wants us to be with him. So Lord Sri Krishna is everywhere, and everything comes from him. And whatever material advancement is there, it is all the byproduct of our love and affection and association with the Lord Sri Krishna. So Prabhupada ji says that we need to revive the Narayana Prabhu devotees. And of course, you did mention about the difference between the crow and the swan. And if you worship Lord Sri Krishna, everything else has been taken care through Krishna consciousness. Though there are 5 different gross elements like earth, water, fire, air, and sky, the interactions, and as a human being, we have our mind, intelligence, and the false ego that we get into. So it is our attitude which drives us to be taking us towards the prayers that can help us to reach Lord Sri Krishna. And it is us who can choose whether we want to be in a material entanglement or a spiritually get inclined, so that whatever we manifest, it all can be achieved through Lord Sri Krishna. And he also explained, Sri Prabhupada ji also explained that all the scriptures revive the God consciousness, Sri Krishna consciousness, and whatever we offer to the demigods, that also gets offered to the Lord Sri Krishna. So we do not have to worry about that, but our ultimate is Sri Krishna. And the most important thing that I loved about the whole session is that Lord Sri Krishna is there with all the devotees, and that is what he calls it as a holy dham.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Gopan Prabhu, would add anything? Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Interesting text today. Five elements: earth, water, sky, fire, wind, natural attitude of the soul, personal, individual realization. All the above are separated part and parts of this super soul, personality of Godhead. Individual soul is having freedom to choose his destiny, either to remain in material world or to sincerely practice devotional services to Supreme Lord and go back home, back to Godhead. Both material nature and spiritual nature cannot be independent without the mercy of Supreme Lord. Factories cannot produce the ingredients like wheat, rice, sugar on their own. If the materials are not utilized in the services of Supreme Lord, it is a theft. And the Supreme Lord give intelligence, memory, mind. The attitude of soul should function for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord using his senses, not for self gratification. Human body must take human being must take this life seriously, practice devotional services for going back home, back to Godhead. Fire, light, heat is present with the presence of Krishna. I must sincerely work for the progress of spiritual advance. Material advance are byproducts. And text 15, everything Narayana, Vedas are for Narayana. One must realize supremacy of Supreme God, Lord Krishna. Otherwise, studying Veda is waste. Reviving our relationship with the Narayana, Supreme Lord is Veda. Any book which is not related with Narayana is a garbage. And if the root of the tree is poured water, the entire tree is taken care of. Similarly, if we worship Supreme Lord Krishna, the entire universe is satisfied, including demigods. Whatever higher planets we go, we have to come back, including up to Brahmaloka. We have to come back to this earth. Hence, always we must aspire to go back home, back to Godhead. That is Goloka Vrindavana. And I must develop my attitude to see Dhamma in every devotee's heart. I must develop this mood. I must aspire, everyone must go back home, back to Godhead. And our ultimate teachings of our Acharya is chanting of Mahamantra, which I always remember. 99.99% of our devotional this thing is comprising in Mahamantra chanting. So that I must always remember and practice devotional services sincerely. That much I have understood from the Hare Krishna.
Asha Mataji.
Everybody has covered everything, Prabhuji. But my takeaway, the entire creation, both material ingredients and living beings, originate from him, maintained by him, and exist for the pleasure of Narayana, Lord Vasudeva, or Krishna, whomever, however we call. The best sacrifice recommended is the chanting of the Mahamantra. And even chanting of this Mahamantra is actually to please Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Possible Shri Mataji, those who are not coming, allocate, somebody can call them and or message them. For preferably Matajis can be given only Matajis, Prabhujis can call Prabhujis just to avoid any confusion. So that everybody in the group who can join, please try to do that.
Actually, Prabhuji, all Matajis are coming, Prabhuji. Only Prabhujis are not coming. Really.
So those who are Prabhujis coming, they have big service now. They have to call all the Prabhus.
Almost like once in a while, only nowadays Varsha Mataji is not seen. Otherwise, the rest of the Matajis regularly
Message and
attending
ask
are
at least,
coming.
or call them and ask.
Oh, yes, yes,
Calling
yes,
is
Prabhuji.
always better because
Yes,
we don't know, each one of us may be going through difficulty. So one call from a devotee will help, so we don't know what each one go through it. So
I'll
one day
call
maybe-
Varsha Mataji, Prabhuji.
maybe put in the group who will call whom, so that everybody gets that way is better.
So many Prabhujis are not coming, Prabhuji. Murli Prabhuji, Uma Shankar Prabhuji.
Uma Shankar
Then-
Prabhu yesterday was there. Today maybe he's missing. So he's kind of a regular. So yeah, if that way allocate, let's see. Or Mariappan Prabhu will call somebody. Maybe Uma Shankar Prabhu can call somebody. Who else? I think that's only Prabhu is here. Ramesh Prabhu, I think maybe, I don't know. Will you be able to do? I don't know. Let's see. Let's keep
I'm here,
exploring.
Prabhuji.
Can you do some calling service, Prabhu, who are not coming? Calling or
No,
messaging?
myself is not attending properly.
So I'll call you. You are there. You are always there. So,
Always very rarely he misses.
yeah. Another thing,
Generally he attends, but not interacting or
yeah, he
But
promised.
not seeing him in the center, Prabhuji, nowadays. Ramesh Prabhuji.
Ramesh
Yeah,
Prabhu,
yeah.
answer me.
Yeah, I'm
Only we are
right now.
seeing you
I'm
here
busy
on the
this
screen,
month.
Prabhuji.
Definitely, we will be.
He has promised January 1st onwards will come.
Yeah, still I am confusion. I am in confusion.
January 1st ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಸಿ ಇದೆ.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಸೆಂಟರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಯ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದೌದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ನಾನೀಗ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬರೋದು ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆ ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗಳಿಂದ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಖಂಡಿತ.
ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು.
I don't know, those devotees don't understand Kannada. We are just speaking in Kannada. Sorry.
We can understand there's some joke or something fun that you're talking.
So Prabhuji is saying that physically is in the office, mentally is here.
Yes.
It is vice versa, Prabhuji. Whenever even in office also, he may be remembering our classes.
Sure.
Yeah, that is what the nature of devotees.
Okay. So, and Monday onwards, possible, those who are possible, keep the camera on, those are possible, so that they can prepare in advance. Possible. Of course, no force. Maybe somebody will have some other task, but if possible. Okay, we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. So we have a 3 days holiday. Let's read, study Bhagavatam. We'll catch up on Monday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna.
Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam.